Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while, a long while since I did a live stream on here, and I don't know if it's actually working. So, hey, okay, there's a comment. It's saying that 0 people are watching, but people are commenting. So I imagine you're here. Sorry, there's always a little bit of a confusion at the beginning of live streams. That's just how it goes. Okay, I'm glad it's working. I'm glad y'all are here. It's always weird to see people commenting and then it says there's nobody here. I'm like, where are these people coming from? So it has been a minute since I've done a live stream. And if you just had no idea, previously I was doing live streams on Sunday nights back during the school year. And then right before school got out, I switched to doing Monday mornings, and I did a couple of those. And then since summer, I've just kind of taken a live stream hiatus because the kids were out of school, we were traveling, and I just decided to give myself a little break. However, I have been still doing my Thursday videos, but this week I decided I was just going to do a live stream and give y'all a little update on how things have been going. It's been kind of a crazy week. And so the best decision was to spend the time doing a live stream and not filming and editing something. I figure I can get the information across to y'all just as well in a live video, and I can talk to you guys because I've missed the live interaction. I also usually do it on Instagram too, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hop on here and sorry, Instagram. I didn't do it on there today. It's just going to be here on the YouTubes. Did Cullen fix the AC? Still working on that. Still working on that. I'm sure there'll be an update in the vlog tomorrow, but yeah, no, that's why, well, not the only reason. I had actually been doing live streams in this room because it's just nice and bright during the day and there's nothing really to pick up in the background because we don't use this room a whole lot. But yeah, I'm up here in the upstairs because the air conditioning up here is currently working. But I hopped on here to give you guys an update. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, or if you're watching this in the replay later on, I'll put you a little card right up here, or if it's a live stream, I don't know, maybe it's over here. Anyways, I have started bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, which is something that if you watch Ellie and Jared, Ellie had talked about a while back, and I'd heard other people talking about it to some extent, not to the extent that she kind of explained it. And when I heard about it, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe this would help me with some of the issues that I'm having. Really long story, brief summary short, the results came back that my testosterone was ridiculously low, like 0.02 or something like that. And it's supposed to be a real number, not a 0 point something number. And that's so helpful, y'all. Y'all know I'm very technical on my information giving. But that was one of the things that I really hadn't even known to look into. I know I've heard people talk about like needing progesterone or needing other things like that, which progesterone was also something that I was low in and needed. I made an update video last week on my first week starting the treatment. And so what they did is they took these little pellet things. They're like seriously like a grain of rice. And I don't know how many. I just know the dosage. I think it was like 100 milligrams, or I could be telling y'all that all wrong. Sorry, I don't know. Anyways, the doctor makes a little small incision, sticks them in, and it's just like steri stripped up. And then you don't have to worry about like applying. There's an option to do like a cream on your arm or something. But then you have to remember to do it and make sure you get the right amount, and it could rub off on somebody else and all that. So I just decided to do the pellets. I'd heard great things about them. And so it's been 2 weeks yesterday. I did give the 1 week update last week. So you can go watch that video wherever the iCard appears, because I'm backwards now on the live stream, different than what I usually am. But I just wanted to give y'all the 2 week update because I think things have changed like a little bit from what I had told y'all last week. There were a couple of other things, nothing like major. But so last week I had said that I felt like it was helping a little bit. I was like optimistically cautious, hesitantly cautious, cautiously optimistic. That's what I was looking for. Cautiously optimistic. Because it's just hard to tell. I've talked before too about having PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and something that I didn't even really think was a thing until I started experiencing some of the symptoms. And it was like, holy cow, you can wake up one day feeling like a completely different person when it's a certain time in your cycle, and it's really not fun at all. So it's kind of hard to tell because sometimes things like I'll start feeling better because of it being a certain time during the month or whatever. Anyways, yeah. So as far as that goes, mood and anxiety and all that stuff, I would say have still been a little bit variable. I think anxiety in general has decreased, which is fabulous. And general like feelings of being down and depressed are not nearly as significant. So even the days when I've maybe been a little more irritable or cranky or things have gotten on my nerves more, I haven't also had the underlying like kind of just down and sad for no reason kind of feeling, or just the like heightened, like tense, anxious. I'm not generally one to worry about, I don't know how to say this. I'm really terrible at procrastinating and cleaning and that kind of stuff, and picking up. So I'm not the kind of person that's like the kind of anxious that's like, oh my gosh, what if I don't get this done, or what if this doesn't happen, or where do I like I've got to pick this up, and this that's just not me. Like I'm just not generally anxious about that kind of stuff. But it's more like a sense of anxiety, like a little bit of anxiety of like worrying about something bad happening, but more just kind of like the, oh my gosh, what if I say something wrong? What if I do something wrong? What if my kids are giving me so much anxiety because they're like not, they're crazy, and like that kind of just like, you know what I'm talking about? Tense feeling. That's more me. I'm not like a worrier, and it's not productive anxiety. I think there is a certain level of anxiety that is helpful in your life. Like when you worry that if you don't study for your test, you're going to fail it. I don't have that, unfortunately. And that tends to cause me to procrastinate on things. But anyways, okay. So the general kind of like tense anxiety, or like being afraid to, like make a phone call or talk to somebody or whatever else, that kind of anxiety. I guess social-ish anxiety, which is weird because I've never had social anxiety before in my life until recently. That's a little bit better. Let's see. I knew I was going to forget everything that I was going to say, so I wrote down a couple of things to remember to tell y'all. Okay, there's a couple other random things that I had no idea about. One thing that I had seen somebody else say in one of their review videos is retaining water, which is something that supposedly only lasts for a couple of weeks. Like, I don't think it's something that is going to be like a long term the whole time. So these pellets stay like active or whatever, for like 3 to 4 months. So it's not something that's supposed to last the whole time, but apparently as your body's adjusting in the beginning for the first couple of weeks, you might notice a little bit more water retention, which is something that I didn't even really, I recognized it, but I was like, maybe I'm just like, I don't know, eating more salty foods or something. And then when I heard somebody else say that it was an issue for them, I was like, oh, well, that must be what it is. But like, I can tell in random ways, like, I don't know, that maybe this is just me. Maybe I just like pay more attention to myself than some people. But like, you know how you can see the bones in your hands right here or whatever? That's something that since I've lost weight, I had noticed more, because I'd lost weight. And then it was one of those things where I was like noticing that I could only see them to like here all of a sudden. And they weren't showing up further down. I know that's a really random thing to notice, but if you're looking at your hands and you're just kind of like, oh, my hand just looks a little bit puffier than usual or whatever. But I haven't gained weight. So it wasn't that. And then there were a couple times where like Brooks was sitting in my lap for maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds. He doesn't sit still for very long. He would like climb up in my lap and tell me something or give me a hug and then get back down. And he was like, "What's on your leg?" And it was like the impression of where his pants were or something. And I was like, "Oh, that's where your pants were." And then I thought, "Oh, weird that it left an indentation on my leg when he had been sitting there just for a shorter period of time." So, also like just bloating ish. Like I just feel like, even though I haven't gained weight, I'm like, God, my pants are like tight. And I feel like you can just tell when you're bloated. But that I feel like has gone down a little bit in the past day or two, but hopefully it's not something that sticks around forever. It's not bothering me a ton, but it is something that I've noticed. So there's that. Another thing that's been super nice because the air conditioning is broken is that seriously, I have been cold. I tend to be a hot person, which is interesting because I talked about this in the previous video that like I do better when I'm pregnant. Like I feel better. Pregnancy is like the one time I don't gain weight. With both my kids, I think I gained like 10 pounds with one and 15 pounds with other, or not even 15, like 12, 13, something like that. And then I have the baby and then I immediately lose the weight because 10, 15 pounds is like baby, amniotic fluid, placenta, all that stuff. Immediately lose the weight. And then after about 2 months, start gaining weight. And that was just kind of like my pattern, which was really annoying. And then I would weigh more about 8 months post baby than I even did when I was fully pregnant, even though I had lost all the weight immediately. So that was always weird. But also during pregnancy, I was not hot. Like people always complain when you're pregnant, like, oh, you don't want to be pregnant in the summer. You're going to be like miserable and hot and it's awful. I was like, I'm really not. Like with gains, I was mostly cold. My iron was not low. And my iron is not low now. They have checked that. But it's just interesting because I hadn't even thought about it until I was like, I am freezing and complained about being so cold one night before we went to bed. And literally the next day the air went out. I'm like, okay, sorry, God, I wasn't complaining, saying that like I don't appreciate the air conditioning, just saying I was cold. But it's interesting because the air conditioning being out in our downstairs hasn't bothered me that much. Like as long as I'm sitting in front of a fan. And if this was a year ago, I would have been like dying. Like I hate to be hot. I've always been a hot person. And after Brooks, I basically sweated nonstop for like a year. It was not fun. And I didn't, until I had my kids, I never slept with a fan right next to my bed. But Cullen and I both have like tower fans, on the floor right next to our beds blowing on us. And we keep our house like 68. And I would still wake up sweating in the night. And I'd heard people talk about night sweats. And I thought that was like where you would wake up like completely drenched in sweat. Like this has happened to Cullen before. Like you broke a fever, like you need to change your shirt because you're like dripping. And I thought that's what night sweats were, but apparently it's more of just like you just wake up sweaty. Like I would wake up so sweaty and hot, and I would have to like turn the fan on even higher, and I would have a hard time cooling down. I have not had that happen since I got the testosterone pellets. I don't know if that's related. I haven't looked into it. That's the only other explanation that I have. I have started taking a bunch of vitamins and stuff, but I don't know about vitamins doing that. But I just wonder if it's some kind of hormonal balance thing. So that's nice because I absolutely hate being hot and sweating. And I always was like, why am I the only person in this room who's like dripping in sweat and these other people aren't sweating at all? So that's been very nice. And hopefully they will get fixed soon and I can complain about being cold again. Okay, let's see. This is something that I've heard people say, and I'm trying not to be too paranoid about it, and I'm hoping that I'm just being paranoid about it, but I have heard some people say that it can cause some hair loss, not like losing all of your hair or something, but I have noticed that like when I'm showering, more hair is like on my hands, almost like if you've had babies, after you've had your kids and your hair starts falling out or whatever, which I already have thin hair. So I'm really hoping that it's not, and that I just, for some reason, am noticing it more. But that's something that I'm keeping my eye on. My hair is already really thin, and don't know if it's probably just because I haven't had a haircut in a long time, but I feel like it's longer. It's definitely not longer in 2 weeks. I'm not saying that it's made it grow, but I feel like my hair is hopefully going to get healthier because hormone imbalance can cause issues with your hair too. Let's see if there's anything else that I had written down that I don't want to forget to say. Oh, I talked about being a little bit more motivated, which is one of the things that the doctor said you would have a little bit more, like the brain fog would lift a little bit, motivation would increase a little bit, more feeling like you actually know what's going on. And I will definitely say that that has been the case. I just tend to be distractible and forgetful and whatever anyway, a little spacey. But in general, I think that motivation has increased. Like I said, it has been a crazy week, which we will most likely talk to y'all about some of that soon. There's some interesting stuff going on in our lives right now. And yeah, everything's fine. So don't like panic. But yeah, there's gonna be some big changes in our life soon. So it's been a crazy week, and it's hard to even tell with stuff like that going on because you're just like, am I extra motivated because I like am excited or happy, or because I like need to be, or am I less motivated today because something happened yesterday that upset me, or regular life? You got to take that into consideration. But I would just say that in general, even with crazy stuff going on, I've been able to stay more on top of my life and things I need to do. So I think that was all the things that were off the top of my head that I was thinking of. I talked last time about how I was not taking the progesterone. That stuff, like seriously, the day after I had taken it, I was like so incredibly just like down and crying over everything and felt terrible. So anyways, that is still to be discussed. And like I said, I'm taking a bunch of other vitamins and stuff. So if you want to know about all those, you can go check out my video from last week. But that's basically my update. I'm hoping that it will continue to be helpful. And yeah, there you go. Do y'all have any questions? I haven't even been reading comments because I just wanted to get all the stuff out that I wanted to say. And I don't have a ton of time because I have to go get the kids in just a little bit. Let's see if there's anything else. Thank you all for all the sweet comments. A new mattress. Yeah, a new mattress. We didn't get a new mattress, but I haven't been sweating. So let's see. Use the text. Okay, so somebody else I'd seen talk about these testosterone. I don't know how to pronounce them. TROCHES. Are you okay? So Cassie commented and said that. Are you the one that I watched your video and I commented on, and you were talking about how you take the little gummy things? Is that you? Because you look like the little tiny icon picture I can see. I'm like, oh, I think that's the same girl that I watched her video. Her video was really good. She talked about it, and it would be great to be able to like do a gummy type thing. I know like the pellets are not cheap, and saving money is, an important thing in life. So that would be great. But apparently it's like some type of little gummy thing. Anyways, that was basically it. I didn't want to make this too long because I wanted it to be just like a video, but without filming it and editing it and everything. I just wanted to kind of get all the information out there, let y'all know so that you could have an update. Yes, it is you. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story because I definitely, I like cried watching your video. And it meant it was like, oh my gosh, this is my life. This is like what I'm going through. And I was like, I hope I get the same results as her. I don't remember if you said if you were doing I don't think you were doing anything else like progesterone or anything, just testosterone at the time. But if you have any insight on that, then let me know because I feel like it just really didn't help me, but it probably should have. So I don't know. Anyways, all right. I need to go pick up my children, but thank you guys all for being here and for watching. And I hopefully will do like a just more laid back live stream that's not so specific about something here soon. I hope y'all are having a great summer. If you're not following me on Instagram, I post a lot more like stories and fun family stuff behind the scenes over there, Katie Pie 07. And then we're still doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday family vlogs on our Cullen and Katie channel. So y'all check those out and watch those. The most recent one was about our new pet. We got a new pet, which was very interesting. But I hope y'all have a great day, a great almost weekend. We're almost there. It's Thursday. So, all right, see y'all later. Bye.